You strangled me like an addiction. You captured me like an affliction. And I will be nimble and I will be quick. I will overcome all of this. The shadows are falling, they're falling, they're falling around me. Not afraid, not afraid. The wolves are closing, they're closing, they're closing in on me. Not afraid, not afraid. The shadows are falling, they're falling, they're falling around me. Not afraid, not afraid. The wolves are closing, they're closing, they're closing in on me. Not afraid, not afraid.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Jason Acosta, and we're back on another exclusive episode of Too Much to Ask. And today we have a special guest for you, your boy Isaiah Diggs.
How y'all doing, man? Thank you for having me today.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah, man. It's good to have you on the show. It's an honor to sit down and chop this up with you, man. So yeah, I just want to get into some specific things that you got going on that you're aiming for. I know you just did a smoker yesterday, a boxing smoker yesterday here in Pueblo.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope. How did that go?
it went pretty good. Got out there, had to try to remember that it wasn't MMA. Almost shot a double at the beginning on accident, but it went really good, especially once I got comfortable. I ended up getting the stoppage in the second round,
Oh,
so they ended up stopping it. But it was nice. I liked it. It was
that's
fun.
fire. That's
Yeah.
fire. So I know that for some time you've been on the amateur MMA scene, doing your thing. And if I'm not mistaken, you collected what? I think it's 3 titles.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, yes,
3
sir.
titles. One in Colorado Combat Club,
Yeah,
and the other in.
one in Florida and then one in Utah.
So, do you have any plans to return back to the AMI scene? Where can we see and find Isaiah Diggs in the future?
Man, I'm looking to go pro, start making some money and just fighting, trying to get to the top. The UFC's the goal, world champ. So
Hell.
that's the goal now.
Hell yeah! So, just give us a time frame. Like when do we see you back in the octagon?
I should have a fight June 3rd. Hopefully somebody accepts the fight. June 3rd for LFA up in Denver.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, you come from almost like a mixed martial arts background in a way, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Wrestled, started in the middle school, 7th grade, and then just wrestled through college. So that's the base, you say,
Yeah.
of my mixed martial arts.
Okay. So, where are you training at now? You're in Pueblo, Colorado?
No, yes, sir. I train up in Pueblo, Colorado, out here in Pueblo, Colorado, at Ultimate Performance is the
Okay.
name of the gym.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And who's coaching you?
My coach is Terrence Williams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with all that being said, are you inquiring sponsors? Like, I've never seen you. Like, out of all your fights, I've never seen no sponsor shirts. No.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I would love sponsors. We be asking people, but if we ask and if you say no, we understand. We're not gonna, beg someone. We ask you if you want to help. I would love it.
Yeah.
Whatever a person can be $1 to $100. It could be giving me one shirt to help me train. Anything. We accept it. But
I got you.
yeah, I haven't got really anything.
It's crazy because somebody with your pedigree, you would think, I know guys who are just debuting and freaking walking out with a little over a couple $100 in sponsorship gear.
Yeah.
So it's like, but yeah, I always wanted to ask and see what was your mindset on that. Like if you were accepting sponsors or it was just something you were waiting for the professional realm.
No, we're accepting it. Man. I'll take any sponsors I can get, whether it be stuff, anything, I'll take it.
Yes, sir. So, we actually wanted to know a little bit more on the background as far as like you said you went to college here in Colorado.
Yeah, yes, sir. I went to Colorado State University Pueblo.
Okay, and then you wrestled for them.
Yep.
Okay. Did you place? Like, how did that whole thing turn out for you? As far as like, you know.
I made it to nationals my first year. So I came from a JUCO, where I All-American at the JUCO.
Okay.
Then I came here, and I wrestled my first year. Made it to nationals. I didn't place. And then my second year, I came because I come halfway through the season. 'Cause I play football too.
Okay.
But I came and I was killing it. I was like 12 or 13-3, but the 3 losses were all up a weight class, and I wrestled the top 5 guys at 165. But then at regionals, I mean, at the end of the day, there's really no excuse, you know. But what happened was I was getting really bad stingers all year, and I shot a double with my head inside, and my disc slipped on my back, and it pinched 3 nerves in my right arm, and it basically dang near made my right arm useless. And
right.
I ended up losing the semis by 1, and then in the back door for 3rd and 4th. It was just it was tough. That arm was killing me. I couldn't use it, and so I ended up losing that to make it to nationals. But then COVID happened anyway, so no one even got to compete, which kind of sucked for everybody who made it.
Dang.
But I was ranked 5th, so like I was beating all the ranked guys. Like that's what I'm saying, I was going crazy.
Yeah.
All those 13 matches, I was beating ranked dudes. I mean, if I'd have made it, if I didn't get hurt, I know if I'd have made out at least, I think I either could have won it or been top 3 for sure, like easy.
So were you cutting a lot of weight for wrestling? Mm-hmm. Like what was the natural weight class that you were competing at?
157.
157.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't cut weight. Realistically, if I just wrestled your, I almost could wrestle like 49, 41s. But since I came from football, I was coming weighing 180, coming straight from football.
Oh,
and
okay.
There's no way I'm getting down to 149, 141.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Damn, you don't seem like somebody that bulks up that big.
Yeah, I was pretty big. My last year, college football, I was 180 pounds.
So when you make your pro debut, what is the ideal weight that you make your debut at?
145. Now I lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I only weigh 160. Now I lost. I gave up lifting. I used to lift hard, man. I used to be in the gym. I mean, you think about football, it's different than like wrestling and stuff because you got to have all that armor, you know. Mm-hmm. So I was lifting. I mean, some crazy weight, you know.
That is wild. So I'm gonna take you guys into a commercial break. This is gonna be a Victory promo. Shout out Victory. We're gonna take you right in. So we're back just chopping it up, and it dawned on me like I wanted to get back into the weight thing. You said you get up to like 180. Is that like that's like an off-season thing?
That was only when I was training and I was lifting weights for like football.
Okay.
Now it's 160, which I think like without lifting weights, 165 at the most. I don't even risk it getting that big anymore. Yeah. There's no point anymore.
So just for the viewers, for some people that are tuning in, probably might not understand. You were lifting and you were coming in around 180 when you were training football.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then just give me the ideology behind why you don't lift and why you don't come in that heavy no more, and why it's not a good thing in the MMA realm.
Well, at first I used to think it was a good idea, and I used to argue with my cousin, like, bro, you gotta lift to be strong. But you use different muscles. You know, like football, you gotta have armor, like, cause you're getting hit by another big person, somebody bigger than you.
Right.
In MMA, like even wrestling, you see a lot of wrestlers even nowadays, like the Olympians and MMA guys, they don't lift weights, and if they do, it's not heavy because all that muscle, your body needs oxygen, and your muscles need oxygen. Well, if you have so much muscle, that oxygen, you know, it's just gonna take so much more oxygen for you to have to sustain yourself.
Right.
Also, they told me what they said. They said it slows your punches and things down, having all that weight and muscle on you. So it's just there's no more point. Like I'll lift maybe once a week, if that.
Yeah.
And if I do other lifts, it's like pushing a sled, lunging with 30-pound dumbbells. Like that's about it. Nothing crazy.
I got you. I got you. So you said that we could possibly see you back in the cage June
3rd.
June 3rd.
Yes, sir.
June 3rd. So nothing is solid right now.
Nah, they asking people for the fight and just hoping and praying somebody finally says yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I mean, it makes sense. You I don't know if you announced to the world. Maybe we can make this a breaking thing on the podcast. But you said for your next fight, you will be going pro.
Yeah, my pro debut. Be making it at 145 featherweight.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So did you while you were in the Emmys, did you ever have to make 145 yet?
Yep, I made it.
Okay.
So I made it for LFA for the first time I fought for him. That was my third or fourth fight. I made it pretty easy. By then I was walking around 160. You know, when I first started, I was like 180 still.
Right.
So getting the 45 was just not it. We tried one time and almost died. I thought I was gonna die. But then like that's when I stopped, like I said, lifting weights, and I started just getting to like a natural, like 160, which is cool.
Okay. And then I know you said for a while you were trying to get fights in the amateur scene and the Colorado scene. It seemed like, it wasn't going your way. Is that one of the reasons why you had to hop on the road with your team and go fight outside Colorado?
Yeah, that's real reason, big reason. I mean, also like organizations look us up, out in Colorado. I didn't know that, but they'll look like our state up in the region, and they seen like I'm number one at 155 and was number one at 45. But 45, I can't get a fight to save my life. So it's always I keep having to go up to 55 and fight these 55ers. And yeah, it's usually I'll stay like we get hit up out of nowhere. Like the Florida one, I literally fought LFA that Saturday. Was chilling, being fat. Got hit up on Wednesday talking about we will literally fly you out Thursday night, weigh in Friday, and then fight Saturday. So I did that. So I fought within 7 days of that fight. Then the Utah one, we weren't even trying to do it, but it just worked out so good to where we had to take it, because LFA tried to give me a fight, and the dude said no. And we are like, dude, we can't keep waiting. So I just took it.
And your last fight was where?
In Utah, Salt Lake City.
So that was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you did some of your training camp up at Victory?
Yeah, man. Shout out them. Thank you guys. Mr. Gilbert and Elijah and everyone else that's been up there, Dylan, Alonzo, all of them, helping me out. Yeah. You as well being up there. I've seen you up there a couple of times. Yeah,
so do you normally do that? Are you like right now you just kind of like, getting different looks, getting different feels, kind of just keeping yourself busy and just, cross training?
Yeah, so the main reason I chose that gym is because that gym has a lot of guys my size.
Yeah.
And then they train hard and, they're working their butts off, so sometimes you got to travel to find what you need,
Mm-hmm.
And up there I know they got guys who can strike really well. Well, I'm a wrestler or whatever. I need to obviously work on my striking. So it actually, I think, helps and works out, because I helped them out up there and they helped me out. And it's, for this last camp, it was actually very useful. I was very thankful for them allowing me to do that.
That's dope. So you got anything else going on outside that, outside the MMA world and the wrestling world? Are you competing in anything else? Any tournaments? Any?
Oh man.
Are you gonna be back on the gridiron? Are we gonna see you in some games? Like, what do we expect? To see from Isaiah Diggs?
Man, I'm gonna start trying to do some jiu-jitsu tournaments. They've been wanting me to do that. They've been asking me my jiu-jitsu gym. Shout out Childress jiu-jitsu out here. But man, football. I would always love to play. If someone called me and was like, we'll give you this X amount of money to play. I love football.
Yeah.
But right now the focus really is MMA. Just trying to grind to get there. It's a process.
Yeah.
And trying to stay focused on that.
I gotcha. All right, we'll take you guys to another commercial break brought to you by Alpha Black Label. So yeah, now we're kicking it back, still chopping it up, man. So, one thing about you, like, you're a very tough competitor. I watched a lot of your fights. I want to say I had the pleasure of being at your first fight. I think it was your debut in Sparta.
Yeah.
Fucking war. That was a war. Was that versus?
So the one you might be talking about was my second one against Lires.
Okay, yeah.
That was my second one. Yeah,
Okay,
that was a crazy one. There.
Yeah.
We thought he was gonna get killed walking out of that place.
Yeah.
Man, those people were tripping.
So yeah, man, like that was a crazy. Like so I did see your first fight. So the second fight was what made me a complete fan. Like I was at the door. I remember we were actually leaving from our exhibition fights from up there. Shout out Victory and the guys. And then I was at the door and I'm like, yo, we gotta watch Diggs. Like, and then I remember Swift Elijah telling me, yeah, let's just sit at the door and watch him. And then me, Gilbert, and Elijah, and everybody just started. We sat at the door, bro, and that was a war. That night, I kind of felt like it was like your statement, without you trying to prove it. It was just like everybody was sitting there like, what? Because we all knew Aliris was gonna come in there and do his thing. He's a tank. He has some history in the Colorado scene, so he's known, and people expect a lot from him. And then you coming in. People not knowing too much about you, we saw the people that didn't know about you knew that you were coming, to bring the fight. But that night was definitely one to remember. Something that definitely made me a fan that night. So yeah, you fought at Sparta that last time, and then you ended up where after that?
I think I went Combat Club after that. Yeah, Combat Club.
And you fought for
their belt. They're like.
150 was
155. I wasn't even supposed to fight that dude. I was supposed to fight this other guy, and he was being you know what?
Yeah.
So
yep.
Bro backed out after talking shit because he didn't want to deal with the drama.
Right.
So I had to fight some dude, which I respect him. They could have called him on like 2-week notice, and so I do respect that guy for showing up. And stepping in. And then after that was LFA, then Florida, then Utah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, like it brings you back. Like I said, you're a strong competitor. You're someone that's willing to get out there, leave it all in the octagon. But then it draws me back because like I go to social media and my man is doing TikTok, having fun, chopping it up. Like you seem like a cool person outside this whole thing to chill with. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders. Great personality, man. Great dude. So like, yeah, just walk me through that. Like, you seem like you like to have fun, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been the goofy, outgoing, fun kid since elementary. You can ask, I was that kid in class getting in trouble for talking, making jokes and stuff. But I don't know. I think it started making those videos. I don't know why I started doing it, but it was like I was in California living for a year and I was bored, like out of my mind. I was like, man, what can I do? So I just started making videos. And then everybody just thought it was so funny. I got people that would message, like friends I grew up with and stuff. Bro, you got to make this video or you got to do this. Like people are begging and asking. So like this point, and like people tell me like, man, you should do TikTok and get famous. And I tell them all the time, like, man, I just like to make them here and there. You know? Like even a lot of people tell me like, how are you not famous? I'm like, man, I just do it for the when I want to when it's fun, If I see something I think is funny, but I know I've had friends be like, bro, if I fought you, I'd be so sick if I lost to you and went to Instagram and seen that. But I lost to a dude who does this. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I seen a couple of them, man. I was rolling. I was like, yo, bro, it's funny. So, yeah. And then another thing I want to ask about, man, like, I've went through some of your photos and stuff for graphics and stuff like that for the show. And just seeing a bunch of, like, portraited professional photos. Like, what's up? Are you a model or something? What are you doing out here? Like, are you dripping? Like, on every photo, what's going on? You got a professional camera guy following you? Shit?
I wish. Man, well, first off, let me give a shout out to SoCo Drip Co. They're out here in Pueblo. If you ever need any clothes, shoes, anything, hit them up. They are on Instagram at SoCo_Drip Co, if I'm not mistaken. But, that's where I get most of my stuff, is from them. I grew up with them in wrestling and things like that. So, that's my good stuff. And then, the photography, that's my cousin, one of my other cousins too. Those are my cousins too up there at SoCo. But my other cousin, he's just a photographer and just was like, man, he went and got a camera. He's like, man, I need y'all to take pictures for me, whatever, just wear whatever you want, you know. And
Okay.
so I just did it, but I ain't no model. But you know, if there's anybody out there who needs one, I'm willing to get in there, do a little Boris Cujo type stuff, you know.
Have a little fun with it.
Yeah, you know,
Hell
a
yeah.
little bit. Try to show a little something. So
That's dope. That's dope. So yeah, man, it was definitely good chopping it up with you. I appreciate you coming out on the show. I look forward to your LFA debut as a pro, and I'm hoping that someone takes that fight with you. And I'm never opposed to having a special guest come back on the show. And I would love it more than anything for you to come back on the show after your pro debut, see how that all turns out for you.
yes, sir.
Also, we have a little bit of drip from you from Alpha Black and Sheath. Got some of them undies, so you know what I mean. You take those home with yourself, man.
Thank
So
you,
yeah,
thank you,
man.
man.
I appreciate you stopping in, man.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Yes,
It's a real
sir.
honor, you know. And give a shout out to these guys. Check them out. You know what I'm saying? Follow them.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Let's go.